So, a long time ago when I started working at my job, not even a week in, I had my first shitty customer. And of course, because I was new, barely knew how to handle it nor get them to leave, and because I didn't want to get fired, I was trying my best not to seem so new that I was incompetent at my job. I also wanted to make it clear that I was trying my best to help this person out. Now, first off, let me start off by painting this grand situation. It was in the middle of November, I believe. The store was pretty busy because it was around Black Friday time, and of course, because of reasons, our system crashed. So we had to manually process customers' transactions for almost an hour, and it was probably one of the slowest days to process a transaction. So yeah, cashiers were frustrated, customers were frustrated. It was a frustrating situation, but not frustrating enough to where customers wanted to leave. Anyway, after an hour of doing this, I got my first lucky, grumpy customer who, instead of buying anything expensive or something they couldn't get anywhere else besides at our store, this old fuck buys the common old man item: a small pack of batteries and some chips. Yeah, I know I've stated that before in another video, but I just find it important to throw that out there. This guy intentionally drove past two stores to buy expensive batteries. Okay. He waited in line for who knows how long to get those two things, which made me think, well, he's old, stupid, and probably has nobody to go home to, so he doesn't mind wasting his time here. Either way, the guy complained about the line and our system crashing like almost every other customer did, and then he allowed me to scan his items. Overall, I'll say the chips and batteries were $6 or $7, but being that we had to manually input his transaction on another system, then record the purchase for inventory purposes on the crashed system, this old fuck thought he was being charged twice, and thought it was a brilliant time at that specific moment and place to shit his diaper and throw a fucking tantrum. Now, if any of you at this moment are like, well, come on, he's just a concerned customer, and he didn't know if he was being charged twice. He didn't want you to take his money. He's a concerned customer. No, fuck that. Even if this asshole was concerned that he was being charged twice, then all he had to do, if he was smart, was check his bank statement, inform our store manager so he could be reimbursed with his money, and or possibly more. Or if he saw that he was charged twice, he could have reported that shit to a news station and caused an entire controversy that would make it seem like the store I work for was double charging people, and then he would have been revered to as a hero that exposed an entire store chain for cheating their customers out of extra money. Then the company owner would have paid him to shut up. He could have accepted that, then exposed that too, and would have got more money than essentially $14. That's what I would have done. But no, this guy wasn't me, so he wasn't smart. He was old, and he was probably losing his memory. So when I was explaining that he wasn't being charged multiple times, he probably forgot my explanation and just heard the words charged twice and thought he was being charged twice. Either way, this guy starts yelling and screaming and holding up the line for batteries and a bag of Fritos, which of course alarmed one of my supervisors, of whom he went so far as to disrespect in front of a long-ass line of people, because he was stupid and didn't know how technology worked. Then he leaves with his one receipt, probably feeling like a badass as he waddled out of the store, only to return several days later when our systems were working, thankfully. And then he thought that he was smarter than the average fucking bear to write a check for his next purchase. And the whole time he was doing that, I was just staring at him, silently asking his bitch ass if he was overcharged, if he was missing any money, and so on and so forth. And he just kept avoiding eye contact because he fucking knew. Which is why I think he went back to writing checks, because that's what his old ass was used to. Which, honestly, good for him. The situation falls on the fact that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah, some old people know how to use cards, but a majority of them, whether they use them or not, end up being so confused during the whole process that it's a goddamn waste of time. I'd tell them to stay at home where they belong or order shit online so they could stop hindering society's progressive ways, but they're stubborn. Which is why they don't die fast enough. No, I'm joking. That's terrible. It's true. No, I'm joking. It's still terrible. Still, as I said, the guy wrote a check, but since then I haven't seen him back in the store for a while. Maybe he's watching YouTube tutorials on how to use credit cards or still be productive in his old age instead of a hindrance. Maybe he died. No, I'm joking. But who knows? He was old. But yeah, who knows?